Hey everyone, this is Kyle here. Today I'm excited to be starting this new little journey on YouTube with this YouTube channel and personal project. It's kind of hard for me to fully explain the goal of what I'm trying to achieve right here, but basically, I want to be able to talk about all the things that I'm interested in, that I want to talk about when maybe don't get to talk about. Um, Today, it just so happens that I want to be starting with Palantir, and the probably the next quite a few videos will be around this, but I will also be eventually diversifying into the other things that I'm interested, like sports, football, F1, into political debates, more philosophical debates about certain things like Palantir, sports, things like that. And I'll probably also not only be doing videos like this where I'm explaining certain concepts. Um, I want to do videos where I'm talking to my friends, to colleagues, to my family maybe about just whatever topics really. I don't really know yet. I'm gonna see how this evolves, so bear with me. But I think it'll be pretty interesting, and I hope it really just helps. Uh, let me put it this way: the motivation for this is really, firstly, to be able to put my thoughts out. Um, I want to be able to discuss these things with people that I might not be connected with, but through putting this content out, I hopefully find people that are interested in it and want to talk about it in the way that I'm putting it forward, and really just get into deeper discussions about things and how things relate, how people think about things, the different perspectives on certain topics such as Palantir. So, for example, here we have Palantir, we have the people, technology, finances, so things like that. How do you take such a broad concept and really explore it deeply and with with an understanding of how the people affect the technology, affect the finances, and just basically the whole system uh, that surrounds Palantir. And in this case, specifically, it will be like why I think this is a good company that's going to do a lot of great things, potentially why it's a good investment. I'm not really here to pump any investment or pump any agenda. I really just want to be able to have just nuanced discussions about the topics I'm interested in. Um, I really want to make this an interactive kind of channel where I talk about certain aspects. And what I really want also is for people to comment, agree, disagree with me on what I'm saying, show me new perspectives, maybe even break my theory on why I think Palantir might be successful. So I really don't want to see this as me pushing an agenda or trying to put my thoughts out there as super important. It's just a way, it's a starting point to have a discussion. I think you just need to, generally what needs to happen is someone needs to have an idea, and you need to have either pushback or agreement on that idea. So that's kind of um, the general theme I think that I will try to push is this idea of just good discussion and good discourse. Obviously, in some cases, I want to try and explain concepts um, about what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking it. So, in this example, I'm looking at Palantir as its people, its technology, finances, like I mentioned. So, really going deep into maybe why I think this data ontology is super important, maybe, and it's not replicable by anyone else because it's linked to um, the study of ontologies in philosophy, which their CEO has done his PhD in. So really just kind of exploring these things, exploring a whole system of ideas, and really showing the whole context of why I think a certain way. Um, and just again, specifically in this case, how I've really come about thinking about making this channel this way is through um, ontologies and researching this company. Uh, so I think it's kind of cool that I can talk about Palantir and ontologies through an ontology, which what this mind map basically is. It's sort of an ontology, not a very good one because I haven't fully thought about how the predecessors link to the subjects. So, but what you can see is how Palantir has people, has its technology, has its customers, and really exploring that. And obviously, I'll go a bit deeper into all of this. I'm still not fully wrapped my head around what and how it'll be presented, but I assure you that I will put a lot of time into that and try and give a lot of detail. But also, what I want to do is make videos on all these specific topics and probably put links over here so that people can then. I'll also put this Miro board up so that people can join and click on the links and sort of more in context understand what I'm talking about. Because what I think, if I just put out a video on YouTube and I put it out on Alex Karp and someone sees it, they'll see it and they'll think, I think, oh, I'm talking about this guy, but I haven't considered all the bad things, all the good things about him. So I really just want it to be so that I can have a link here, and then I can always link this Miro board so people can hop on and then see all the related videos that I've put out. And hopefully, if they're interested in them, they'll watch all of them. But yeah, really just show how I think, where I think, how I've come to conclusions, and really, yeah, showing like the data behind why I think certain things. So like here, putting in actual numbers for certain aspects, things like that. Obviously, this is very raw, and I will definitely work on it. The first video I'm thinking of doing is really looking at the video that made me super interested in Palantir. It's this video from I think 2011 where someone was at GovCon 7 explaining what Palantir does. So that will be a video that'll probably just be here because that's not really related to any one topic over here that I've listed, these specific ones, but it's an all-encompassing video that really just shows, at least from my perspective, what got me interested. So that might be a video that might have a thumbnail over here on this Miro board eventually, and it will. So yeah, definitely look forward to that. And yeah, just to tell you guys a bit more about myself. I'm originally from India. I moved to Singapore when I was 8 with my family. I grew up there until the end of high school. I went to the US for my undergrad, where I did it in business administration. I focused in marketing and information systems. So really understanding the management of data. Marketing was more so that I could get more exposure to people, how they think, what drives certain actions. So I think that was sort of my motivation to do those. Then going back to growing up in Singapore, actually, I would say that was a very foundational, very foundation building for me because I grew up around, I went to a school with nations, like 70 nations represented. So I really grew up with a lot of people, a lot of different people to who I am. And I was able to experience the world in a way where everyone was seen kind of equally. Like I never thought about people in terms of their race, their religion, we just kind of grew up as kids, you know. So I think that was something that really made me kind of, I guess, worldly. I don't want to big myself up too much, but definitely I think a more unique experience, especially having moved from India. So knowing how one-sided or one track minded you could be, but then also growing up in this situation where I didn't really think about race, religion, all these meta factors. So I think that was super important. Um, More on that, I can definitely explain that better, but I don't want to talk about it too much. But yeah, so after my undergrad, I moved to Canada. I moved to Montreal, where I did my master's degree. It was a 1 year accelerated master's in managing analytics, so really understanding all that goes into things like a machine learning project, where to apply machine learning and AI, things like that, how to make your machine learning projects specific and tailored to your needs. So like who's going to use it at the end? If it's going to be a doctor who doesn't really know how to use Python or Excel, how do you get the final model in a format that is easy for him to use and actually useful for him? So things like that. And in the past couple of years, I've been working at a gaming company. I don't really want to mention, but I'm sure you can find it if you really stalk me on whatever social medias there are. Um, but yeah, I work with marketing data and basically building business intelligence tools to help um, our marketing team make more effective decisions and really trying to give them all the context and information and data that they need to make the right decisions. That's kind of what I do. Um, Not sure what else I can talk about. Actually, I before starting this, I asked ChatGPT to make a little introduction thing so that I can have some points to talk about. I was just playing around, but yeah. So I think I've kind of covered everything. Maybe not in order. Um, let's see. Why you can also explain. Yeah, so also why I'm doing this now is sort of, I really, like I mentioned, I want to put my thoughts out there. I want to invite discussion, but I also want to help improve myself, my public speaking. I want to be able to, like, I'm sure you could have told from this video that I'm not particularly confident in speaking, or like I have a lot of ideas going on, so it's hard for me to put it out in a very succinct manner. But I really want to work on that, and I really want to. I think I learn from doing, so I'm just trying to do something and put this out there. Um, um, and yeah, I hope this was a good little introduction. I hope the future videos are interesting to you guys, and I hope to have many discussions, comments. I'll definitely be replying to comments. Maybe something that we can start being interactive already can be what other things would you want me to add to this Miro board that you would eventually want me to talk about? Um, and again, I'm not trying to say that my one way of thinking is the right way. I really just want to put out my thoughts because, at least in this case, in Palantir's case, I've like done a lot of research since they've IPO'd in like 2021, whenever that was, DPO'd actually. So I really just want to, um, yeah. So let me know what other things you think might be useful to add. I'll put the link to the Miro in the description. Probably you guys can comment and let me know like how do you how do you see this working? How yeah. just yeah, and again, like for at least for this Palantir specific case, I really just want to show people the full range of what they do because I feel like it's super misunderstood that people think, oh, it's a cybersecurity company, or some people think it's a dashboarding company, or some people think it's just this war consulting company. So really, I just want to put everything in one view so that people can understand the whole picture and why something like this might be successful. I'm gonna stop here because I feel like I can keep going around in circles because, again, like I said, there's a lot of thoughts in my head, and this is just the start of how I want to put it out and sort of compartmentalize my thoughts. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. If you made it through these 15 minutes and 55 seconds, and yeah, I hope you subscribe, hope you like. I don't really actually care about that because, like I said, it's personal journal. But yeah, peace. I'll see you in the next one.